So we found a place to anchor out of the wind, but there's just enough wind to keep the black flies away, which is nice because they haven't. Well, I did find one spot that was pretty thick yesterday, but if you kind of stay in a little bit of a breeze, that keeps them at bay. So maybe we got a good tactic for Devil's Island coming up. But I'm gonna make some food, and I think we're gonna launch the kayak and just go explore this Red Cliffs area, Indian reservation. So continue to stay tuned. There's someone with a Ranger Tug 21 footer with a camper back right there on the other side of this bay. I'm tempted to get on the radio and see if they could be hailed, or I might go, if they're still there when we leave, might cruise over to that side and say howdy. Very similar boat to the Vagabond here. I figure you guys might be interested in, you know, what I eat out here on these trips and give you ideas. You know, I'm always looking for ideas too. I got these little salad bowls from Walmart. These are actually on sale because they were like, you know, getting close to being outdated. About $3 a piece. They used to be about $2.50 a piece. And then you just cut some apple up. This is what I do. Cut some apple up, make a couple chicken breasts, kind of doctor it up. And it's like, you know, what would you call that? $4 or $5 tops. Good piece of bread. Good meal. Okay, come on. Oof. I'm teaching Wavey to just jump in the kayak to save myself a step. We are paddling over to the Ranger to see if they're interested in meeting. Okay, guys and gals, so I came over to the Ranger Tug that I just showed you from our anchorage and met, is it John? Yep, and John and his wife are just hanging out here in Red Cliffs, and they're poking around. They're from Wisconsin. How many, do you burn about a half a gallon of diesel an hour is my guess?
About three-quarters of a gallon.
Okay, that's great. It's even better than my Vagabond. Yep. And what is your Ranger draft?
A little over 2 feet.
Okay. Yep. What year is your Ranger?
2013.
Okay. 2013 if you didn't hear that, guys. So yeah, special little boat. They had their camper back made by someone in Milwaukee, it sounds like, and it makes it a, you know, the little Ranger 21s, they got a little small cabin, they've got a little cuddy to sleep in, but they got a big back deck, kind of being traditional, and to put it in like, you know, to canvas it in like that really makes it more usable. So beautiful little boat. I'll do a little float around for them, then I'll get out of their business here. If you ever see one of these for a good deal, grab it, guys, because they're coveted boats. Draft's about 2 feet. Got a little swim platform on the back, which is nice. You can only do that when you have it inboard and get away with it. We are pulling into the Red Cliffs Marina here for the first time. I've never been here in all the years that I've come up to the Apostles. Nice little McGregor 26 right there with a 50-horse Honda on it. Popular boats. I always get a kick out of what people name their boats, you know, and you don't see a whole lot of like really good creative ones, but I think this one's good. Witness Protection. That's a good boat name right there. Can you get up there by yourself? Go ahead. Go. Go ahead. Go. Go ahead. It looks like they're having a sailing regatta out there. Just sails up. I don't know a lot about sailboats, guys, but as I walk the marina here. This is the one that stands out to me. It's called a West Sail 32. It just has some cool lines, I think. What do you think? Well, good morning, guys and gals. I just drank a big, strong coffee, and it's usually puts my brain in like overload for a minute. So I'm going to turn the phone around, and I don't know if you guys are interested in this kind of stuff, but let's find out. So what I do, a lot of times, you know, the adventures go to places where even cell phones don't work. And if you need, you know, you find yourself in the evening needing some entertainment, I carry a little 12-volt DVD player. Got it for like 30 bucks at Walmart or something. And then when I go to thrift stores, you know, and yard sales and stuff, I look through their DVD collections, which are often just super cheap, 50 cents, $1, $2, whatever. And I got a little collection that I carry on the boats, right? And so we'll just call this like the Beagle movie review, you know, the adventure movie review, or we'll come up with a better title for it or whatever. But last night, so this is from the 80s, I'm pretty sure. I'll have to look it up. Okay, 1990. Okay, so it's even later than I was 18 when this was made. Tom Selleck, you know, the Magnum PI guy, for those that might be younger. And I've never seen this, but I've seen it around, you know, I've known about it for, you know, forever, right? And I found it at a thrift store, I think for like, I don't know, $1, $2 or something. And I watched it for the first time last night, and it's actually really good. Here, instead of just looking at the, it's made at a time when they had to make movies. How do I want to put this? It's like most movies today are just garbage. And I would argue that it's on purpose, or they just know their audience, or they're like pandering to their audiences. But, you know, in 1990, if you were going to make a movie, you had to, you know, try to appeal to the tastes of the people that are going to watch it. I guess is the only way I can put it. And that's actually a really good movie. It's, in a nutshell, it's this gunslinger type guy that goes down to Australia. He's an American guy, and he just has these kind of swashbuckling adventures. But every character in it is developed. You know, it's like you could tell everybody that took on a role, even if it was just kind of a minor role, they all had their little quirk, and they were able to kind of personalize it. Alan Rickman, I think is his name, was in it. He makes like the perfect bad guy. He was the bad guy in Die Hard. He was the wizard, the Black Wizard in the Harry Potter series. And he's a great actor. He stands out in this movie. You know, he's such a great actor. I think he died. And anyways, I'll get to the point here. The movie was so good. It was just like, I finished like 3/4 of it last night, and then I fell asleep, and I got this morning, I had my coffee, and I finished it, and I was just like, wow, this is, you know, if you like movies, if you like just, you know, suspending disbelief and just kind of, you know, allowing yourself to be entertained for an hour or two, like I do, then, you know, finding good movies to kind of get into. I could watch that again. If I, you know, was hanging out with a friend, you know, that liked that kind of stuff, and I would put that on again, and I would enjoy it for a second time. It was that good. It was that deep, and I'm not saying it was like deep. I'm just saying it was like very well done, and some money put into it. It was like the production was good. You know, it was like all the sets and the scenery were good, and kind of had a, you know, decent message about the Aborigines, I guess you'd call them. So anyways, this is my first little Beagle movie review for being out on adventures. Quigley Down Under. If you like Westerns, it's kind of a Western, and it's kind of not. It's an odd type of Western. I tried to watch this last night. Absolutely horrible. Mel Gibson's awesome. Of course, Mad Max. And then Braveheart, you know, and so forth. But he's made a lot of stinkers in between those, and this would be one of them. I watched about 15 minutes of it. I was trying so hard to let it get going, and it just was terrible. So I'm going to probably get rid of that one. These might be future ones. I watched this a long time ago in the 70s. This was filmed on Mackinac Island. Somewhere in time. I'm going to watch. I got that. I haven't watched it. I mean, it's like I haven't seen it. I remember 1 or 2 little scenes in it. And I know it, you know, kind of has some iconic scenes in it. I'm going to watch it again eventually. I have no idea. Probably sucks, but it was like 50 cents. No idea. 50 cents. I'll go through some of those some other time when we're doing another Beagle movie review. So, anyways, quickly down under, if you're looking for a good DVD to put on your boat or scooter when you're out in the world and you don't want to stare at your phone or stare at the fire or stare at the ceiling, you want to be entertained, put that one on. It's really good. You poor animal.
You and me, land is your land, and is my land, California.
Well, good morning, guys and gals. So it's the day after the 4th of July, and we're just waking up. I made some coffee. It's a beautiful day, and I'm taking Wavey over to the, here, I'll back you up here. Sorry about that. Taking Wavey over to the island to poop and pier. And when we were walking around last night, we saw a cemetery, a church and a cemetery. And I'm going to go over there and take a little time and look at the tombstones, and I'll make a cemetery ramblings video for the backup channel for those that like it. So that's how we're starting our day. So stay tuned. A lot more to come. Okay, go. Well, howdy, guys and gals. So this is the supplemental video on the cemetery here on Madeline Island in La Pointe, the little town that's here. This Catholic church here has an old cemetery around it, gravestones buried around the building here. Let's turn the phone around and see if what we can figure out. See who lived here, who settled here maybe. Angus. That sounds Irish. Cynthia R. Nye. There's another Angus there. There's another Angus. Herbert. Man, she lived a long time, 90 years old. Another Angus. This is mostly Angus's here. Oh, a heartbreaker already, though. This looks like died in birth, or died at birth, or however you would say that. Stillborn. That's the word I was looking for. Here's some old ones. Probably not going to get much information off of these. Bennett. B-E-N-N-E-T-T, Bennett. 1879 was when that person was born. There's just a bunch that, well, we'll look on the back side here. Maybe they've got something on the back side. Or I should say the other, yeah, they do. Okay, so the writing's on the other side here. Sacred in the memory of Basil Bellalou, born October 18th, May 1783, died 1838. That's a French name. That doesn't surprise me. The Voyagers. Margaret Elizabeth. Oh, she was born in La Pointe, right here on the island. 1843. and died 1845. Okay, so that's, am I reading that right? 2 years old. This is the marker for a couple of different infants. Looks like maybe twins. I can't say that for sure, but and then there's a lot of descriptive writing here, but these tombstones are old and leached, I think is the word for them, you know, leached or bleached by the weather. Violet was born here, died in La Pointe, 1838. Vanessa Kijijawas, Kijija, I think, died 1854. So people have been on this island for quite a while, you know, like white people, probably even longer for natives. In memory. And there's a nice ship emblem. That's neat. Okay, Captain Daniel Russell Angus, son of Captain John D. and Genevieve Angus, born in Cleveland, 1857, died 1928. His wife, Anna Bell Nee Fay, born Van Horn's Hollow, New York. I'm going to look up where Van Horn's Hollow is. It's a neat name. And when they died, and the daughter. So a couple of Angus captains back in the 1800s. Here's the church. Looks like it's in very good shape. And there's Wavey. Oh, Wavey slipped her leash. All right, I got Wavey back. She slipped her leash. This is a McConnell. So I'm getting kind of an Irish Catholic vibe from a lot of the names. Irish and French. So, yeah, but who knows? Let's look over here. Dyer or Dwyer. I think that's Irish too, but if you happen to know, then let me know. Now here is like a Czech or a Polish name, Charles Krnkovich Krunkovich, spelled the old world way. James Bassinet, which is French, I believe. Okay, these are kind of bleached out, but this is like a little family plot. Sachere. That English or French, maybe. Striker. Look at that. I like it when they leave a saying, "I wish you enough." Thank you, sir. Yeah, too much is too much, and not enough is just as hard. I wish you enough. And knowing when you have enough is maybe what I would add. Angus is the first name on this one, S. Cadot. And I do believe that's French. There's another Cadot. Here's a striker. Here's an interesting name. Mary Burke Striker Lewandowski. That's Polish. And was married to this guy, Leon Lewandowski, World War II vet. Something General Hospital, Wales, UK. And he was a veteran in World War II. McCoo, first lieutenant in the Marines in Vietnam. Oh, I see some rabbits. That's what Wavey's going nuts over. Alberg, I think it's German. There's another Alberg. Here's a Cadet, 2 Cadets. Lawrence Whalen, French Larry in quotes. Okay. He died in only 2013. Theodore O'Contic. And it says builder of homes. He was probably a builder, is my guess. Let's look at a couple more, guys. Jursic, James Jursic, World War II veteran, it looks like. Jursic is probably some kind of Polish part of the world. And Tessberg, that's German, I believe. Okay, guys, well, we kind of, you know, Irish, French, German, looks, and then a little bit of Polish, maybe. This is Madeline Island and the Apostle Islands of Lake Superior and the town of La Pointe. Thanks for watching.